Yo, it's Travelli. I'm back, and today we're talking NBA playoffs. We have the number 3 Denver Nuggets versus the number 6 Portland Trailblazers. Yesterday, we broke down the exact same seeds for the Eastern Conference. I did number 3 Milwaukee versus number 6 Miami, and you guys really ate that video up. We got 1K in under a day, so I'll put that link in the description for anyone who hasn't seen that. But I'm going to give you guys my personal prediction based on stats, matchup, analysis, all that good stuff. So please go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter so you can get my daily notifications, and like, comment, and subscribe so we can get this video out to as many people as possible. You know the deal, guys. I'm dropping videos Monday through Friday. I'm never slacking. Now let's jump into the action. So we have the number 3 Denver Nuggets coming into this series 47-25, and they had a really good season up until, obviously, everybody knows Jamal Murray tore his ACL, unfortunately, and he will be out of these playoffs. You have the Portland Trailblazers coming in 42-30. So both of these teams had really good records coming in. Trailblazers were injured more in the beginning of the season, and they have gotten to full strength, and the Nuggets were full strength at the beginning, and now they are starting to kind of fall apart here. So we'll get into that in a second, but I wanted to dive into these teams a little bit more deeply. So we have the Trailblazers, who appear to be a very good team on the road this year, 22-14, which is one of the better away records in the league. So that's going to help them a lot going on the road to Denver, who has one of the best home records in the league at 25-11. So this is going to be a great matchup. So the Trailblazers are coming into this matchup extremely healthy, minus Zach Collins, but they have Damian Lillard obviously healthy, CJ McCollum back and healthy, Norman Powell from the trade from Toronto, who has been playing pretty well, Robert Covington, as long as he's healthy, you have a great 3-and-D player there, and then Jusuf Nurkic holding down the center spot. He is back as well. You're going to have a lot of Carmelo and Enes Kanter off the bench, so that's going to be nice to see Carmelo kind of back in the playoffs, see how he plays. And Enes Kanter played really well in relief of Nurkic early on in the season, so it's going to be exciting to see him come back and play some nice important minutes in playoff basketball. Then when you're breaking down the Nuggets depth chart, you know that PJ Dozier is day to day, Will Barton hasn't played in like a month, and you have Jamal Murray obviously out for the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of weight put on the shoulders of Campazzo, Monte Morris, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. These are pretty much going to be the main cogs in the machine for the Nuggets. Now, you're going to have a steady rotation of Millsap, JaMychal Green, and also some Austin Rivers holding down that point guard spot when the starters need some rest. So we can go through the matchups. Obviously, I believe the Portland Trailblazers have a huge advantage when it comes to the guard play. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum over Campazzo and Monte Morris. I'll take that all day. And then when it goes down through the forwards, you're going to have some pretty even matchups here, because I do believe that Covington versus Aaron Gordon is a good matchup, and Michael Porter Jr. should be able to use a height advantage over Norman Powell to shoot over the top, but it'll be exciting to see Powell play with a lot of energy. You know how he is as a 3-and-D type of player, so if he can get up in Porter's grill and play some really aggressive defense, it's going to be a long series for Denver. And then, of course, Nurkic versus Jokic. I know that Jokic does have a clear advantage over Nurkic, but I think that Nurkic and Kanter are just a really good 1-2 punch for Portland. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now. Both of these teams, shooting stats-wise, are pretty similar. So the Portland Trailblazers are shooting the 3 at 38.5%, and the Denver Nuggets are shooting the 3 at 37.7%, so that's very similar, as well as the free throw shooting for both of these teams is above 80%, 82% for Portland and 80% for Denver. So I think that that's going to play a lot into this. Of course, when you are in the playoffs, free throws become a huge factor, 3-point percentage becomes a huge factor, and both of these teams are basically scoring 115 points a game, with the Denver Nuggets scoring 115 and the Portland Trailblazers scoring 116. And on the defensive end, you're going to have the Denver Nuggets giving up 110 to the Trailblazers 114. So again, these teams are pretty similar. I see them both as high octane offenses. Of course, when Jamal Murray was in the game, he can go on runs. Michael Porter can go on runs. Monte Morris was playing really well. And Jokic, of course, is one of the best players in the league. So when you're talking about the matchups, I do believe they're going to run their offense through Jokic. Look for him to be a point center the entire series, just controlling the ball, just controlling the offense 100% of the time, and basically using him to get Michael Porter, Monte Morris, and if Will Barton is back, they all need to hit their shots in order for them to have a chance against such a great Portland Trailblazers team who's 8-2 in their last 10 games, by the way, to the Nuggets 6-4. And obviously, Obviously, again, injuries just play such a huge role in this, but that's why I'm going to give my personal prediction right now. I have the Portland Trailblazers winning this series in 6 games. I think that it's going to be way too much for Denver's guards to handle Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum both at full strength. And with Yusuf Nurkic and Enes Kanter both playing really good basketball down the stretch, I think that they will just have a clear-cut advantage that, unfortunately, Denver Nuggets, if you guys had Will Barton at full strength, if you had Jamal Murray at full strength, and PJ Dozier is not the biggest deal in the world, but even he was playing really well. He's day-to-day. He should probably be available for the series. But if they were full strength, all of these guys, this is a great series that could go 7 games. I just think with the injuries, the bench for Trailblazers, having Carmelo, having Kanter, these are going to be big-time players that are going to affect and swing this series. And not to mention what Damian Lillard has proven about himself in the playoffs. Obviously, the Trailblazers are capable of pulling off some pretty magical stuff, so you always got to keep your eye on the Blazers. I have them winning this series in 6, guys. If you guys disagree, if you agree, go ahead, leave your thoughts down below, and continue to like, comment, and subscribe because we're growing every day, and I cannot do it without you guys. So thank you so much, and stay tuned for more. Peace.
Maybe you can find a way. Hey, we just gotta get away. We just gotta get away. We just gotta get up.